Hey guys, welcome to lesson 8, difference of means. So let's get started with the do now. You are a scout for a college soccer team. You're considering two players whose stats for last season are shown below. Which player would you pick and why? So basically we're going to find the average of the two players. So the average is what you add up the total numbers and then divided by 3. 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 14 is 25 divided by 3, which is 8.33, right? And the other one is 15 plus 10 is 25 plus 16 over 3, which is 41 over 3, which is 13.67. So of course you will pick player 2 because she has a better average. When looking at two population proportions or means, we examine their differences to determine if their difference are statistical significance. So basically that's what you do. Statistical significance, that's the key word in our lesson today. What does that mean? It means unlikely to occur due to random sampling. So we have heard the word statistical evidence in our last lesson. I'm going to write that down. Statistical evidence. I'm not going to get too much in detail in Algebra, guys. I'm just going to keep it very basic, very straightforward, and that's what it is. Statistical evidence happens when it is in the 95% of the population, which means 2 standard deviations above or below the mean, right? Statistical significance is unlikely to occur. So if I was to do my normal distribution, and you agreed 95 is between 2 standard deviation from the mean, right? That's your 95% population. With what about the ends? Doesn't 2.5 lies here? So that makes it a total of 100, right? So if it lies in this region, then it is statistically significant, okay? So, and if it lies in this region, then we have enough statistical evidence. So that's basically it. So let's get started with example 1. Carlos thinks he has discovered a new variation of monarch butterflies. The new butterflies have different coloring patterns and they appear to be larger than the traditional monarch butterfly. He collects 4 traditional butterflies, measures their wingspans, and releases the butterflies. Of the 8 butterflies collected, Carlos observed that the difference between the mean, that's keyword, difference between the mean of the wingspans of these 4 new butterflies and the mean of the wingspans of the 4 traditional butterflies was 0.5 centimeter. The dot plot below shows the randomization distribution of 70 repetitions of Carlos data with a scale of 0.1 centimeter. Okay, so this is a graph of difference of means. So what is difference of means? So it is actually telling you they compared the two, they found the average of the two, and they found the difference of it. So that is 0.5, right? And how do we get that? That's basically mean 1 minus mean 2. So let's see what's asking us. It's saying Carlos is hoping that he has made a significant discovery. Use the information in a 95% confidence level. Determine whether the mean difference discovered by Carlos was of statistical significance. Means it's unlikely to happen. Means we are looking at the ends, at our to either does it lie in the 2.5% of the either sides, okay? So explain your reasoning. So your difference of means, let's explain everything. Your difference of mean is 0.5. How do you get that? You did mean 1 minus mean 2. You don't have to write that, but I just want you to understand how we got, because in some questions you will have to find the difference of the means, okay? So then look at 0.5. Where does 0.5 lie here? It lies here. I'm going to draw a straight line. How many numbers are here at 0.5, above and at 0.5? If you count these dots, it's 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. It is 7. And how many repetitions did it do? 70. So 7 out of 70. So what is 7 out of 70? 7 out of 70 is 0.10, right? So is 0.10, which is basically what, 10%, right? 10% is too large. We're looking at the top 2.5. So what does it mean? So let's write this down. There are, let's explain where we get the number 7 from. There are 7 values big or bigger than 0.5 from the graph. F should 0.5, I should have F capital. From the graph, 7 out of 70 in the distribution. As I said, I'm going to keep it very straightforward. In the distribution is what? Equal to 0.10 or 10%. Therefore, not statistically significant, right? Okay, are we good? So let's try another one. So in this question, it's saying bamboo is becoming an increasingly popular home construction product due to the fast-growing nature of the bamboo plant. The yearly growth of 1-year-old bamboo plants was studied under two conditions: the mean growth heights of 100 plants grown in an outdoor field and the 100 plants grown in the indoor facility over 1 year is shown below. So you're given the mean of the two groups, and then it's saying due to the large sample sizes, a computer is used to simulate a distribution of the differences of the mean height. So this is a distribution of the difference of the mean heights. The results of 2930, so that's your n. Repetitions are reported in the histogram below. Okay, so let's look at this again. So what's the question asking? Let's first read. Part A is saying, determine the mean difference in the growth heights using outdoor minus indoor groups and explain its meaning in the context of the problem. So it's actually telling you what to do. It's saying subtract the mean differences. Here the means are given to you. Sometimes the mean might not be given to you and you know how to find the average. Just add up the number and total divided by the number, right? So here it's saying outdoor, which was 86.9 minus 97.2, the indoor, which is what? Negative 10.3. It literally told you. And now it's asking you, what does that mean? What does it mean? So if you looked at the mean, you saw the outdoor groups were not growing as much as indoor groups, right? So this means the mean difference, that's what we want to explain in the context of the problem. The mean difference value indicates, which is negative 10.3 value, indicates that the outdoor plants have an average growth rate of 10.3 less than, or you could write it the other, less than the indoor plants. Right? Less than because it's negative. The negative tells you that it is less than that, right? Okay, so that was pretty straightforward. So I'm just going to zoom in so that we can see the table, the graph too. Using the information provided, determine if the observed mean differences in the growth heights was of statistical significance. Again, if it's of statistical significance, it is more unlikely to occur, right, or happen, right? So let's see, negative 10.3. Where would negative 10.3 be? Negative 10.3 would lie somewhere here. I'm going to use a different color, right? It's somewhere here. So which looks like, let's calculate how much is this. This looks like, see, remember this is in hundreds, okay? So don't count them as 1 or 2. So this looks like, this is 100, this is 50, this looks more like 20, and this looks more like 10. So a total of 30, right? Because it's very, if you zoom in, it's like pink on my iPad, but on your graph, I'm not sure if it's clear, but you do definitely on your graph, you do see a thick line. So it is 10, right? So what is 30 out of 2930? Because that's what the n was, right? That's how many simulations we ran. It is 0.01023. So you're basically looking for this number. Does that lie in that 2.5 range or no? If it does, then you're good. If it does not, then you're not good. So which is what? Isn't that kind of 1%? So 1% is in that 2.5 range. So yes, so you're just going to write this. Yes, this difference is of statistical significance. I'm sorry about my handwriting. It's really not good. Significance, the observed change in growth, because it did tell you, explain your reasoning, so you must write that. Just writing yes would not be enough. The observed change, just writing the definition of what statistical significance is. The observed change in growth difference, can't spell, growth difference was most likely not due to chance. Isn't that what the definition on the last page we did, that unlikely to occur, right? So that's basically it. Okay, so I hope it's pretty straightforward. It looks a little confusing because you have to read a lot, but read it, go step by step, circle what is important, and then it's really not that crazy. So if you still have questions, please feel free to reach out. Finish up the remaining of the lesson. I think you have 3 more questions, the 2 questions and a closure. So finish all that, and good luck, guys.